wanted to go over some things with you that I had a consultation with a guy the other day, and he was wanting to know some of the big advantages of relinquishing U.S. citizenship or actually getting out of the high tax country of Canada. And he had actually dual citizenship, and but Canada doesn't tax based on citizenship. They tax based on residency, on your worldwide income if you live there so many days a year. Now, one of the things that you're going to run into is when you leave that high tax country that taxes worldwide income, or the U.S., what's going to happen is in the U.S., if you relinquish your U.S. citizenship and you start going back in and buying U.S. equities, most people don't know this, but you're going to be taxed on everything over 60,000 U.S. of your state, and it's right around 40%. So the way to get around this is, what you need to do is you need to buy non-U.S. citrus assets. And I'm not a tax advisor on this. We give general tax information you need to get with your tax advisor wherever you're located in this, but we're talking about the U.S. for this particular situation. So you need to get with him and consult with him on this. But once you leave the U.S., if you go back in the U.S. and you buy assets on the stock exchange, I'm going up a high hill here, so I'm a little bit out of breath. But what you'll run into is if those assets are non-U.S. equities, let's say they're ADRs, and you're buying them on the U.S. exchange, it doesn't make any difference if you're buying them from a U.S. stock exchange or you're buying them from a foreign stock exchange, but it's back in the U.S. and you've relinquished your U.S. citizenship. You left the U.S., you're not a U.S. resident anymore. Okay? They're going to tax you the time you die unless you leave those assets to the charitable, qualified charitable organization as far as the U.S. goes. They're going to tax you on that money a lot. It starts at 40% roughly, around at 60,000 and above. So your limits are a lot different than if you're a U.S. citizen, a U.S. resident. Okay. Now the way around this is either buy in exchanges like China, the Hong Kong market, where you can buy a lot of Chinese stocks, or you can go in. You can buy different exchanges like in Singapore, and if those are outside the U.S., then you don't have a problem. Even if they're bought on the U.S. stock exchange and they're ADRs, that's still exempt from the where they've got it right now, from the 60,000. So it's only U.S. stocks that you're buying, like Facebook, Amazon, companies like this. But you need to know this. And now, one reason I'm telling you this, some of the best deals right now are outside the U.S. I was telling people a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, China was going to go through the roof. Why? Because there's so much negativity over there. All that negativity was already priced in. It's way, way up against the U.S. market year to date. And the price earnings on those stocks are still incredibly cheap. I'm going to go over some of the cheapest areas in the whole world right now that are outside the U.S. In fact, just to give you an example, the most highly valued stocks in the world right now is New Zealand's number 1, USA's 2, and India's number 3. New Zealand's got a price earnings around 32 times earnings. USA's 26, India around 24. Now, what you're going to find out is if you've got a lot of your money in the U.S., you're in a very overpriced market right now. Now, I think all this money that Trump's bringing in is going to help a lot, but that still doesn't disguise the fact those equities is number 2 in the world. And this is as of today. I pulled this off today. I'm going to give you some of the cheapest in the world. And being cheapest doesn't mean it's going to go way up, but typically value-oriented stocks over time outperform these ones that are overvalued. Okay, So I can't tell you the timing or anything like this. All I can do is give you the valuations. But if you buy these stocks as ADRs, when I say buy these stocks, you buy from these different countries as ADRs, and I would stick with ones that are bought on the New York Stock Exchange because the accounting is stricter than over-the-counter stocks typically, and just the accountability is greater, and the liquidity is better too on the New York versus the over-the-counter. Now, what I would tell you to do too, see, these would, even if they're bought as ADRs, would escape the 60,000, even if they're bought on a U.S. stock exchange, or you can buy them and exchange in the country where they're at, okay? But I'm gonna give you the cheapest valued stocks in the world today. Number 6 is China at 11.21 times earning. South Korea is 10.61. Greece 10.52. Brazil is 10.50. Philippines is 9.68. And Colombia is 9.30. I would pick the Philippines over Colombia though, because it's a more stable country. And the growth in the Philippines is really going through the roof now. I think it was around 5 to 7% a year growth rate. And it's an English-speaking country. They've got good terms with the U.S. And you can buy some of these on the New York Stock Exchange, and you can also, if you live in Philippines, you can buy them over there locally if you're a resident. You know, you have to look and see which one you like better. Now, you also have to take consideration when you buy in these markets the fluctuation of the currency, which can help you or can go against you. And so you need to study that, and sometimes that's hard to tell which ways that's going to go. But anyway, I wanted to let you know this because this is a way that you can go and you can actually get you know, some really good deals on equities and not be part of that estate tax if you've relinquished your U.S. citizenship, you've left the U.S., or you're you know, from a high tax country and you're buying in the U.S. market. Maybe you've left that country, whether it's Germany, Australia, whatever, and you want to lower your taxes, but what you've done is you haven't got all the information you needed, because if you go back in the U.S. market, they're going to hit you with estate taxes on that lower limit of 60,000 versus what they got for residents and citizens of the U.S., which is a lot higher. It's like millions of dollars. And so I would tell you, plus you can set up a living trust in the U.S. and multiply that times 2 if you're married. But the point I'm trying to make is the fact that as a whole, you will save a lot more money when you leave those high tax countries if you know what you're doing. And if you want to know more on this, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and ask for some help. Folks, it would help us out tremendously on our algorithm or our channel. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up. And again, don't forget the subscribe button right on your screen. You'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Take care.